Welcome back to another video. I know the angle is probably not the best and there's like light behind me, but I'm in a kind of a really rush today, and tomorrow I cannot. Well, today I'll post it tomorrow, but I'm recording it Tuesday, posting it on Wednesday, and because I'm really busy tomorrow, so kind of pre-recording it. Usually I record it and post it on Wednesday, but anyways, not important, not to the topic. Today's video I think is important to talk about in my little, I guess, community of people, and it's not the easiest topic to talk about, but I think it is important, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it. And that is body image, especially during, or after, I guess, recovery, or during, right now, pandemic. A lot of people are gaining weight, being home all the time, not as active, changing habits, maybe, or binge eating, people who, with bulimia, binge eating, doesn't matter. There's a lot of variety or places you could be at from where you are or have or will gain weight. And it is a scary thought, of course, and if it is triggering, I will ask you to please, you will have to click out. If you're watching, that means, if you're going to continue watching, it means that it will, well, it's kind of on you. So, I don't want to trigger anyone, but I do want to be open and honest about the struggles, I guess, if that makes sense. So, with weight gain after anorexia, it is, I think, for me, it was one of the hardest things, but also what was easy about it is that in the back of my mind, I knew that I had a lot of like weight I could gain and I would still be healthy and not overweight. Like you have like that, okay, I have backup weight, like weight to where it could go, I guess, if that makes sense. That was my mindset. Um, when it was more of a binge eating type, that was the worst because I feel like it's out of control. You keep gaining, and with the fear of, fear of weight gain and lots of more anxiety, discomfort, not confidence, things like that. So, and I want to talk about my body image today. And this video will be obviously my usual time spectrum, 10 to 15 minutes. But I think I'm going to start doing this thing where I have one topic and I make like a short video on YouTube, kind of discussing the summary of it, and then a longer detailed video in my podcast, which I will record after this video. But since I have more time there, I think I will record it there, and that way I could, I could technically put my video into my podcast, but I want to make different lengths of time and different, maybe just cover some different things as well. So my body image today. So obviously I'm not in the most comfortable state, especially coming with a background of eating disorders. It's always, there's days, okay, so it's like this for me. There's days when I feel super confident. I did my exercise, my meal plan, or not plan, but more like habits or schedule has been the same. I feel really good, confident, and I'm like so excited and just really active, and you know, I'll take a picture and I love how it looks and all that stuff. And then literally it could be the same evening or the next day, and then I look or I don't feel that way, or I didn't do my exercise, or I ate something extra, or I ate too much, or I ate something that didn't make me feel good, or whatever it is. And then literally I will be, quite disappointed, and like the whole mood just is on the other side of the spectrum. Or sometimes I don't feel as confident or comfortable, or think whatever, it's always like up and down. There's never one thing, and it's something to work on and something I have worked on. So for example, when I'm feeling to feel less of, because as a person with eating disorders, you do a lot of body checking through photos, through just any mirror, constantly measuring, constantly feeling how your clothes fit, which I guess with people who aren't as don't have eating disorders, they could do that stuff in moderation and do it, like once a whatever, like a month or whatever, versus people with eating disorders, they have these, like, I guess in a way sometimes even like OCD patterns where they will constantly check again and again, like weigh themselves again and again the same day. So some things that helped me feel better and more, I guess, confident and happy is getting rid of scales, because there's a very addictive pattern to wanting to constantly weigh yourself, and that's people with eating disorders a lot of times. So that removing that, not constantly taking body pictures, not constantly self-check mirroring, like you don't need to do that 5 times a day. There's no need to. You're not gonna gain weight after lunch, like, you know what I mean. As well as what else helped? Not focusing on it, because I feel like when you hyper focus on something like this, you think about it more and it bothers you more, and just like with anything. So like if I'm focusing on my school grades like crazy and I need to get that 100, I'm gonna drive myself crazy. I will literally like think about every single way, constantly think about it, and there's people maybe like that, and there's, or it could be something like music. I could be hyper focused on music. Why am I not getting better? Or sports, or it could be anything. And I feel like people with eating disorders obviously do it around probably exercise and food mostly. Maybe even things like, I don't know, anything that I guess related with your body and your weight. So I feel like not focusing on it so much, like trying to give myself something else to focus on. For example, giving myself things to focus, like, and goals that would be something like reading a book every month, like get through one book every month. And so read a chapter every day, like focusing on getting that goal done. Then focusing on drinking a lot of water, adding in a lot of vegetables. And that, I mean, I guess that's food related. But I try to do it as far away as food related as possible. And if it is food weight related, then do it in a more focusing on things that are more helpful and beneficial, instead of just focusing on weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. The more I focus on it, the more I think about it, the more I think about food, the more I eat. So it's like this whole cycle. And it's hard not to, because I feel like in our environment, especially in America, we're all surrounded by commercials, food delivery services, ads everywhere, on radio, on the TV, on YouTube, on Facebook, social media, anywhere, everywhere, influencers, all of that. So I feel like for me, it helps to just not focus on it. And of course, I did a video on self-love, and this kind of goes with it. So because you'll have those bad days, I feel like with time you learn to cope with what you do on those bad days. For example, I know that if I wake up and I feel like I'm like pinching, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel my arm flabbering like that when I wave, that could be very upsetting to a person with eating disorder, even me. And it doesn't matter what weight you're at. Like, this is a variety of weight. You could be underweight and feel that. You could be overweight and feel that. You could be in the middle and you could feel that. You could be healthy weight and you feel that. Like, it doesn't really matter, because I had it throughout lots of weights where I felt like that. And I think throughout that time, it's important to kind of recognize that feeling and understand that it's just a feeling. It will pass. Just keep going on what you're doing, and of course keep going on a healthy way of, a healthier lifestyle journey, trying to get, like, because that's what I'm kind of at now, where I'm just trying to have like a progress versus perfection, one day at a time, just get healthier, like just focus on being healthy, mentally, physically, and just everything, like in a whole balance. Try and balance is my main focus, I guess. But just like learning to cope with those feelings of like, I feel very big right now, I feel like I need to do, run for 4 hours and not eat anything. Like, remove those feelings, because that in the end it's gonna all come back and really beat you back up. Like it will catch up to you, all the things you're doing. So just learning that. And not really, not that I don't, I wouldn't say like, oh, I just don't care about my weight. Like I do, but I try not to, like I said, hyper focus on it and be so obsessed with it, you know? Like, yeah, I care. I personally care. And I feel like I can't, like, no matter how much I tried before, I can't not care. It's just, people want to look good or a certain way. And I just feel like with our environment, society, and everything, it's just the ideas of it are wrong. Like, first of all, there's like the whole body image of perfection where you should look like this, and there's been pictures, if you look it up, like where even influencers, they have like this perfect picture and then the picture with rolls or a little bit of fat or whatever it is, imperfections shown. But when you're scrolling, you see all the perfect type body. So there's unrealistic goals first that are set, and then there's people that want to be like that and go through the journey of trying to get like that through very unsustainable ways or unhealthy ways or fad diets or whatever, and then they get into these eating disorder habits. And then of course, and this is very hard to say to everyone because we all come from a different point, and that is important to recognize. We come from different situations, different paths, different journeys, even by time, like how long you've been suffering, how long you've been doing this, how long you've been doing that, your mental state. Like, I cannot say for everyone. I'm saying it for myself, and maybe you can relate and feel certain, I guess, connection to where, because I know I cannot be the only one. There's so many people struggling with this. Like, anytime I start talking to someone about weight and I talk about like my journey a little bit, almost like so many people can relate. Not everybody. Some people never struggled with weight, and that's totally fine. I mean, that's awesome, because struggling with weight, what sucks is that you, like with food, it's like this. Anything, your struggle with food shows on your body right away. Whether you're restricting, binge eating, bulimia, like all those have physical symptoms, mental symptoms, everything. So it's very hard. It's a hard disorder to hide, I guess, in a way, because it's so outer on appearance wise, weight wise. So, but yeah, that's so with my body image today. I'm just trying to learn these coping, not mechanisms, but just coping of or regulating the feelings of discomfort or sometimes unhappiness, and just like if I feel, for example, okay, I know that if I'm feeling very like jiggly, like I feel like, oh, I don't feel tone, I feel like I'm, instead of trying to restrict myself or do this weird unhealthy habits of whatever, I try to think what can make me feel better. And I know that exercise makes me feel better, but not like extreme exercise. And I know how much is a healthy amount. It is known, like an hour a day is plenty, or 30 minutes, and I will do some yoga and I feel much better afterwards. Like, my whole mood shifts. I feel like I'm so much more tone and, so much in a better mood. I don't hyper focus in it. Once I feel better, I move on. I try to go do my work, whatever. Like, I'm feeling better. Like, I don't need to, like, continue to exercise, that I'm like, and it's hard to say because for some people, I don't want it to, it's hard to say because for some people I feel like if I say this, they'll think like, oh, if they feel unconfident, they should just go exercise. Like not exactly. It could be taking a bath, it could be going for a walk, it could be I don't know, reading something, focusing on improving in something else. Like I start playing my guitar and try to focus on that and improve that. Like, it doesn't have to be, because sometimes you do a workout and you still don't feel better. Do something else, continue like crocheting, knitting. Those kind of help me. Watching a movie, it could be like watching a movie and just continuing to kind of like be gentle and love yourself and try to make yourself feel better. And if you're like, for example, I'm on a journey now. It's not a weight loss journey. It's more of a I want to be healthy journey. That's it. If I could look healthy, feel healthy, and be healthy, that's all. Like, I don't need, like, I'm done with trying to get to a low weight or this weight or whatever. I just want to be healthy. That I just want that to be my identity, because I want to just enjoy life and be able to do many things. So with that, I kind of just focus on things I could do to get there. For example, what would a healthy person, like, what is healthy? An hour a day of exercise, 5 days a week, as well as eating lots of vegetables and fruits, and not starving yourself, and keeping active during the day, like just walking and just keeping movement, drinking lots of water, as well as like healthy mindsets, being healthy, just like not watching a lot of TV, staying away from social media really does a lot for the healthy mindset. What else? Playing music, it feels nice. You feel like in tune with yourself. It's just things like that. So I don't know if this made any sense, and I hope this was able to help someone. It is getting pretty a long video, so I'm gonna end it here and probably continue or mention some things on my podcast. Actually, or I might just make another podcast but put this one into my audio. So if you're listening on the podcast, this is a podcast recorded from my video. If this makes sense. So I'm going to try that. I'm just still testing it and trying to get things out. So hopefully this helps, and message me if it does. Message me if you enjoyed it. Message me if you need any help or questions, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, talk to y'all later. Bye.